What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And the Phillies, they do get another win. Thanks, and much thanks, to your ace, Zack Wheeler. Zack Wheeler was, even saying very good is probably not even enough to describe his performance tonight. 8 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts. The dude was just flat out dominant. Flat out dominant. Padres confused left and right. He was just so good. He was so good. He was too good, actually. And that finishes off, actually, a very, very elite month of June for Zack Wheeler. A lot of people are even comparing it to Cliff Lee's month of June back from like 2011, where Cliff Lee was just completely out of his fucking mind. I think somebody actually posted, and I do have the stats for Zack Wheeler's month of June compared to Cliff Lee's, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And I think somebody said in totality for the month of June for Zack Wheeler, he's only allowed 2 earned runs. That's how flat out amazing he has been. Consistently lowering that ERA. I think now he's tops in WAR in terms of starting pitching. He's 100% getting an all-star nod. We already knew that. Whether he's starting the all-star game, whether he's the second guy out of the bullpen in the all-star game, you already know he's going to be chasing after a Cy Young this year. That's just the way he's been rolling, and that's how fantastic he has been. And he's really the main reason why you won today's game. Offensively, nothing really spectacular. They did take advantage of some things, Waldron on the mound for the Padres, a lot of knuckleballs, a lot of wild pitches, allowing guys to advance on the base paths, playing some small ball, knocking some runners in when you did have some chances. Actually, Max Kepler did almost have a 3-run home run. It actually was a 3-run home run if it wasn't for Jackson Merrill's holy fucking shit, what a fucking home run robbery. My God, the dude leaped over the wall, leaped over the fence. He made it look ho-hum. He made it look ho-hum. He made it look like it was just barely a sweat. Dude jumps a couple of inches maybe, stretches all the way out to rob the home run. I'm like, holy fucking shit. My jaw dropped. Because I was like off the bat, oh, the ball's going, the ball's carrying. It's a humid day out, especially with all the random pop-up thunderstorms that are happening in the Philadelphia area. The ball is carrying. The ball is definitely flying. Oh, my, that ball might go. That ball is definitely going. And oh, my God, Merrill dropped the home run. Like, holy shit. But besides that, Nick Castellanos had a home run to make it 4-0. Basically. Not much impressive offensively. Zack Wheeler was just that dominant. Bryce Harper did return to the lineup today, which is nice to see. But this is where I'm going to get into the negative part of everything. I'm so still worried about Bryce Harper. It's not even funny because his pregame press conference discussing everything to do with the wrist, and we do have the audio from Bryce Harper in that, pregame availability, does not give me any hope whatsoever for the wrist. And it's basically the same stuff that a lot of us have been saying. And it is the right thing to think about Bryce Harper and worry about Bryce Harper's wrist, because Bryce Harper has been having this wrist issue since last season. He's admitted to that. And he said the wrist issue did not go away during the offseason, whatever he tried to do. And this year, obviously, it's been hindering him. And it's been a problem. And they tried shutting him down for, a month at this point? I feel like it's been a month for Bryce Harper being on the injured list. And his comments just really aren't the best. They really don't provide you any clarity or hope, I guess you can say. But also now the fireworks are going off in the background, so hopefully you guys don't hear it as much as I can hear it right now, so I do apologize for that, even though that's something I can't control. But if the wrist really didn't heal over the course of an off season, what is a month going to do with the wrist, resting the wrist? That's really just the problem, because yeah, your wrist can probably feel better when you're not on the field, when you're not swinging a bat in the batter's box, 3-4 times a day. Yeah, obviously your wrist is going to feel better. But when you're back in the batter's box every day, when you're in the field every day, how long until those wrist problems start popping up? And Bryce Harper even admitted to that. That's probably still going to be an issue. And that really just does not provide me any type of clarity. That does not provide me any type of hope for Bryce Harper the rest of the season, because obviously this thing is not going to get healed, and whatever the fuck they tried to do is not solving the problem. They probably still have no clue what is wrong with his wrist. And I don't know the solution. They don't know the solution, obviously. And this is something that's probably going to be dealt with in the offseason, whether that, if they do eventually have to go through some type of surgery for Bryce Harper with his wrist to even try to make it feel better. And that's what really scares me. It really does. I hate going down that road of negativity with Bryce Harper, but that's just reality of where it is at this point. It's just, I don't know what's going to be happening with Bryce Harper in this wrist, because what happens after this week, after being in the batter's box consistently, what happens after 2 weeks? Granted, the Phillies do have, days off, in bunches over the next few weeks. Yes, you do have the All-Star break. I think the Phillies have a lot of Thursdays off in a row going towards mid-August or something like that. So, yeah, there's definitely room for Bryce to have some days off, but still, it doesn't hinder my concern about the wrist that is going to be major issues. That's just where I'm at right now. It really just is. And we'll get to more Bryce Harper and discussing that in a little bit when we get to his audio. But, more appreciation for Zack Wheeler. Zack Wheeler, 8 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts, 107 pitches, 74 strikes, lowers that ERA to 2.27. Flat out's fantastic. I was even shocked that Rob even let Zack go out for the ninth. Not for the ninth, for the eighth. I think Zack was like around 93, 94, 95 pitches when he finished the 7th inning, and I was like, okay, that's probably, his pitch count's getting up there. Most likely, I would assume Rob Thompson's going to let him, go to the bullpen for the rest of the game. No, he let Zack Wheeler go out for the 8th, and Zack Wheeler does very quick work out there, and it was just very beautiful stuff to watch, just mowing down people left and right, getting quick outs, just making people look foolish up there at the batter's box, and that is just the true greatness that is Zack Wheeler. And just, bringing up his starts in June that have just been flat out fantastic. This is the entire stat line for, game by game stat line for Zack Wheeler in the month of June, as the fireworks now get louder. So I apologize for that once again. So Zack Wheeler, he had 5 starts in June. This is from John Foley. He put the entire stat line out here. So his 5 starts in June. His first start, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. His second start, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 9 strikeouts. His third start, 5 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. His last start, I believe that was against the Astros. 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. And then his start tonight, 8 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts. And the entirety of that combined for the month of June, 31 innings pitched, 20 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 7 walks, 42 strikeouts, an ERA of .50, and a whip of .87. Just elite stuff. Elite stuff. And if you just pair that side by side with Cliff Lee's ERA in 2011 in the month of June. So Cliff Lee, he had 3 consecutive shutouts in the month of June when he was pitching. So Lee, in the 5 starts that he made in the month of June, he was 5-0, 42 innings pitched, 21 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 8 walks, 29 strikeouts, and he had an ERA of .21. That's how dominant Cliff Lee was, and Zack Wheeler basically almost matched that. And that is just great stuff. That is great stuff to see there. My God, that is how fantastic and elite Zack Wheeler is. It is amazing to watch. Man, it's just amazing. It feels like how better Zack Wheeler feels like he gets every year. It kind of really does feel like that. He just gets better year after year after year after year. And it just feels like when he's Father Time's eventually going to catch up to him. But it just feels like right now he's kind of defying that. And I do kind of bring this up too with Zack Wheeler because he did deal with a lot of injuries in the early part of his career, some Tommy John surgeries mixed in there. So he really didn't pitch that much in the early stages of his career. I really think the most he's pitched, when he started pitching consistently, I believe that was 2018, 2019 with the Mets and all that stuff. And then he came to the Phillies. He really hasn't been able to, he really hasn't dealt with much injury-wise. I really think the only thing that he's dealt with is arm fatigue, and that was during the 2022 World Series run. So besides that, Zack Wheeler has just been electric. He's just been one of the best pitchers, and if not the best pitcher in Major League Baseball. And I believe, I forget who was bringing this up at the same time. I think it was on Fighting Words with Bob Wankel and Anthony Sanfilippo. I think Bob Wankel brought up that, honest to God, has Zack Wheeler been the he tried to put two careers up, like Phillies career specifically, and saying that what was it? Yeah, two careers up and like comparing the careers together, like Zack Wheeler's Phillies career being better than Roy Halladay's Phillies career. Because granted, Roy Halladay was not a Philly for very long, but when he first came to Philadelphia, he was sensational. Won a Cy Young. Honest to God, his 2011 season was probably better than his Cy Young campaign. But then eventually, once he started aging, the injuries started, piling on more, and that eventually just downsided his career with the Phillies and just forced him to retire. But with Zack Wheeler, it just feels like, and granted, the longevity is more there with Zack Wheeler than it is compared with Roy Halladay. When did Roy Halladay have to stop pitching? Was it like 2013, 2014, or something like that? And Zack Wheeler has been with the Phillies since 2020. So, granted, longevity is there. But it does just kind of feel like Zack Wheeler so far, his career as a Philly, definitely, it kind of feels like it tops Halladay's. And that's no knock to Roy Halladay, because Roy Halladay was fucking sensational. He was one of the best pitchers in baseball, if not the best pitcher in baseball, when he was traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. And he was very good for 2-3 seasons with the Phillies before the injuries just derailed him. But Zack Wheeler, just Cy Young finish after Cy Young finish. He is the ace of the staff. He is just so super duper consistent, and he just gets better with age, man. He really does. He really does. It's crazy. It's crazy that we get to witness this guy go out there every fifth day to pitch. And that's just along with the entire starting rotation, how elite the rotation has been this year. Like, I think that's what makes me so more frustrated with this Phillies team as a whole, because the starting pitching is just that good. The starting pitching is that good. And you don't have an offense to supplement it, and you don't have a bullpen to back it up. That's just the major issues right now with this team, because you're wasting such good starting pitching. And granted, yes, you are 15 games above 500. I get that. It just, we all know the flaws, and everyone says the flaws. We all know the flaws. It's obvious. Starting rotation is the best thing about this team. It's the best thing. It's the best starting rotation in baseball. Lineup's not that good. Bullpen's terrible. You have maybe one guy you can rely on out of the bullpen right now, and that's Kerkering. You have nothing else. And there are some rumors in terms about bullpen arm pieces that could be traded to the Phillies, or what the Phillies are interested in. We'll also get to that in a couple of minutes here. But the starting rotation, Zack Wheeler, it's fun to watch. It's Zack Wheeler's just going out there. You know what he's going to do. He rarely has a bad start. Rarely. And if he does have a bad start, he bounces right back with 7-inning shutout baseball, 7+, 8+, 9+ Ks. It's what Zack Wheeler does on a consistent basis. And it's just so fun to watch, and I think we have to cherish basically every moment here with Zack Wheeler. He is probably going to go down as one of the best Phillies pitchers, probably in franchise history during this stretch. Most likely, because he's just been that good. Now, is he like, I would assume he has to win a Cy Young. I don't want to go that far. Is it Hall of Fame worthy? Probably not. Maybe if he just continues this dominance of maybe a couple of more years, and maybe he does have a Cy Young to his name, maybe he does factor into a Hall of Fame ballot, just because that's how dominant his career in a Phillies uniform has been. But I don't want to go that far yet. I just want to cherish the moment in the now for Zack Wheeler, because that's just how good he is. And Mets fans are still salty that they let him go. My God. I feel like a lot of analytical people like compared Zack Wheeler to like a Garrett Cole light, and the analytics kind of did match up when the Phillies did sign Zack Wheeler. We just didn't know what we were getting. Like, we thought we were getting a solid like number 2, number 3 starter when we signed Zack Wheeler to that contract back in 2020. No one expected this. No one expected him to turn into one of the best pitchers in the sport. Like, that is just outrageous how great that has turned out to be. Got himself a nice payday as well, even though he did say he's going to retire after the contract ends. So maybe he goes out more on top than his career winding down, basically. But, man, He does deserve a Cy Young, though. Sadly, there's just so many other really. I most likely Paul Skeens is going to be, I would assume, the favorite at this point. Maybe he isn't. Maybe Zack Wheeler starts to garner more votes or something like that. But there's definitely going to be a lot of Paul Skeens bias in there as well, because Paul Skeens is just also a completely different level of pitcher as well. Does Ranger really factor into that because Ranger has been so good? Just crazy. It's just crazy on how fantastic Wheeler's been. But I really didn't get into the game because realistically, all you could really discuss is Zack Wheeler and his greatness. But like I said, offensively, it wasn't anything special. Bottom of the second inning, Kepler with a leadoff walk, JT with a single that moved Kepler over the third base, Stott with an RBI ground out that allowed Kepler to go home, and then basically nothing after that. Then bottom three was when Jackson Merrill robbed Kepler of the 3-run home run. Jesus fucking Christ. Bottom of the fourth inning, Stott with a 1-out walk. He stole second base. Marsh then reached on an infield single, and then Stott, just hustling around the base paths, managed to score, make it a 2-0 lead. Marsh then steals second base. He then advances to third on a wild pitch. There were eventually a lot of wild pitches by Waldron for the Padres. Turner, infield single, allowed Marsh to score. Schwarber then walked. Then another wild pitch allowed him to go to third base. And then sadly, Harper got unlucky with a double play. Lined it right to the first baseman, Arise, and then he doubled up Kyle Schwarber. Just a little bit of unluckiness there. Bottom five, this is where the offense basically stops. Nick Castellanos with a solo shot. Made it a 4-0 ball game. Deep drive to left. That would be a 4-0 ball game. There's the exact beam right there. And that was basically it for your offense. Bottom six, they go down 1-2-3. Bottom seven, double play 1-2-3 basically. Bottom eight, 1-2-3. So, yeah, really nothing spectacular from the offensive perspective. Trey Turner, he went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Kyle Schwarber over 3 with 3 strikeouts and a walk. He was not seeing Waldron in that knuckleball well at all. Bryce Harper, he went over 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Alec Bohm 1 for 3. Nick Castellanos 1 for 3 with a walk and a solo shot. Max Kepler over 3 with a walk, getting robbed of a 3-run home run. JT Realmuto 2 for 4, 2 singles on the night. Bryson Stott over 3 with a walk and an RBI. He had the RBI ground out, which doesn't count as a hit. Brandon Marsh 1 for 3 with an RBI as well. Phillies went 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Then Tanner Banks came in for the 9th inning to shut down the ball game. He allowed a hit, but it was relatively quick. Yeah, that was basically it for the ball game. Like I said, really not much. Really not much. That was spectacular. And yeah, I remember saying last night that I was supposed to go to today's ball game, but then I went to go on the, like I always say, me and my cousins share tickets. So when I saw on the ballpark app, just to add the tickets to my Apple Wallet, I was like, oh, he transferred them to other people. So I guess he just sold them and forgot that we were going to the game, which I don't mind. He made money off of it. So didn't have to go sit in the heat and then go sit in potential rain showers possibly. So I don't mind it. And also, I'm able to get the recap for you guys here. So kind of a win-win. Kind of a win-win. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, so Otto Kemp wasn't in the lineup today, but most likely I think he's going to platoon in left field when there's a lefty on the mound. That's what I think the case is going to be. But should I get to the Bryce Harper thing and then get to the trade stuff? Yeah, I should get to the Bryce Harper thing. So we do have the audio from Bryce Harper here. This is from John Clark of NBC Sports Philadelphia. And like I said, the audio is just not the best. It is not the best whatsoever. It just doesn't provide you any type of hope for Bryce. It just really makes you worry even more.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to take any other steps forward of feeling better or anything like that. I thought we were kind of at a standstill of it feeling the same the last couple of days, and from BP to live and things like that, kind of gave us the same results each day. So I thought today was a good one.
Is it something you're going to have to manage though, in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine so. I'm not sure yet what that's going to feel like. So we're going to, as I go, I think, and as I know you guys will, and Tomper as well. So we'll see, how I feel tonight, tomorrow, and yeah.
It's just basically, from just summarizing this, so whatever they were doing during this break, basically saying he's at a standstill, saying, so whatever we're doing right now, I think I'm at the best where I could possibly be. I'm not feeling any better with the wrist. I'm not feeling any worse with the wrist. Like, I don't feel pain right now, but it doesn't feel like we're going to get it any better at this point. So, just like, now I'm back in the lineup. Now, most likely, I'm going to deal with pain at some point. We're going to have to manage it at some point. Basically saying this is going to be something that Bryce Harper, once again, is going to be dealing with for the rest of the season. So, what version of Bryce Harper we're going to get? Is it just going to be the same Bryce Harper that was before they decided to shut him down for the month? Or is Bryce Harper going to decide to find a way to fight through the pain and be MVP level of Bryce Harper? I just don't think we're going to get that, because he wasn't performing to his level that we know before getting shut down. I just don't think a month off with wrist pain that he was dealing with last year and didn't go anywhere during the offseason is just going to magically fix itself during a month of rest. And Bryce Harper basically just admitted that. So, where do we go here? We're at a standstill. So basically, I'm just going to play, and whatever we deal with the wrist pain, we just deal with it. That doesn't make me feel better. That doesn't make me feel better. It's just, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, how can we not figure out what's going on with his wrist? How do we not figure it out? Like, how do we not know? How do we not find anything that's wrong with the wrist? Because most likely this is going to involve some type of surgery in the offseason. That's just where I feel like this is going. Because I just don't know if they seriously just can't find anything with the wrist. No, obviously it's not a fracture. Obviously there's no sprain. Like, is it nerve damage? I feel like they would have found something that involves nerve damage. I feel like that would pop up in an MRI. Then what the hell is wrong with the wrist? Is it something as simple as carpal tunnel? Like, I don't know what other type of situation that you could be dealing with here. And trust me, I'm not a doctor. I don't know any of this shit. As it sounds like the finale of the fireworks are going off, so let that finish. Let that finish. Let that finish. Let it finish. Let it finish. Done. Okay. But I just feel like it just doesn't give me any type of hope. It just doesn't make me feel better. They just like, oh, Bryce Harper's returning to the lineup today. Get excited, people. Oh, wait, Bryce Harper says he really doesn't feel any better. He doesn't really feel any different. We're just going to deal with the situation with his wrist the rest of the year. Yay. Yay. And then I saw people buying back into the, oh, Bryce Harper is back. Season back on track. That's going to solve the offense. Bryce Harper wasn't helping the offense realistically before he went down. And that's not an knock, but he's dealing with this wrist issue. Is Bryce Harper with a wrist issue? It's not going to be the same. And he's still dealing with the wrist problem. And they don't know what the problem is. I just don't know what they're going to do with this. And it basically just sounds like they're going to play it by ear. They're going to manage it when something pops up. And that's it. And they're going to use the day offs to help them. Does that mean Bryce Harper DHs at some point? I don't know. Do they force Kyle Schwarber back into the outfield at some point? Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. It just feels very sketchy to me. It really just is. Does not feel any better whatsoever. So, to get off of that, excuse me, holy hell. Dinner coming back up my mouth, holy fuck. Excuse me there, I apologize. But, to the trade stuff that came out this afternoon. So, this came actually from a Pittsburgh Pirates report, or a Pittsburgh sports reporter, Andrew Filipponi. He put a report out there saying that the Phillies and the Pirates have had trade conversations about closer David Bednar and setup man Dennis Santana. The feeling is Phillies could want both in a deal. Stay tuned. And then obviously a couple of other people from, Phillies Twitter read into that and just showed some stats from both Bednar and Santana. And yeah, definitely would be. I think the Phillies have actually been interested in Bednar in the past. But we'll see where that goes. Bednar, he has I believe actually someone said they both have 2 seasons of control left under their contracts, so they wouldn't be rentals. They would be permanent stays in the bullpen. So David Bednar for the Pittsburgh Pirates this season, 32 games played, 2-5, a 2.83 ERA, and 28 2/3 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts, 1 1/2 a 1.12 whip. Pretty solid numbers right there. And Dennis Santana, he's 29 years old, 36 games this year. He's 2-1 with a 1.5 ERA, 36 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, and a whip of .87. And just to look at mainly their career numbers to basically gauge it. I know Bednar was like a really good closer. I know last year he struggled. I know that. So if I go to just like his pitching history, so he started in 2019 with the San Diego Padres. Then he eventually transferred over to the Pittsburgh Pirates. In 2021, he had a 2.23 ERA in 61 games. In 2022, he was an All-Star. He was 3-4 with a 2.61 ERA in 45 games. He had 19 saves, so I guess that's when he was transferred to the closer position. And 2023, he was an All-Star once again, his best overall season with Pittsburgh. He was 3-3 with a 2 ERA exactly, 66 games, and 39 saves in 67.1 third innings pitched. He was very good for Pittsburgh that year. 2024 was definitely a slump, I guess you could say. In 62 games, he had a 5.77 ERA and in 57.2, so it was definitely a step back for him. But this year, he's found a way to bounce back with a 2.83 ERA, like I said. And then for Dennis Santana, let's look at his numbers. So we just gauge what he has been his entire career. So his entire career, he is a 4.3 ERA. And just looking at his stats, he's definitely bounced around baseball a little bit from the looks of it. He's been with the Dodgers. He's been with the Texas Rangers. He's been with the Mets. He's been with the Yankees. So looks like Pittsburgh has been his mainstay for the past couple of seasons, it looks like. And so he split time with Pittsburgh and the Yankees last year. So he was not good with the Yankees. And when he got to Pittsburgh, he became really good. So with the Yankees, he had a 6.26 ERA in 23 games, but then when he went to Pittsburgh, he had a 2.44 ERA in 39 games. So he figured out something in Pittsburgh. And then this year for Pittsburgh, obviously the 1.50 ERA. So he's figured something out there. But with the Yankees, he wasn't good. With the Mets, he wasn't good. With Texas, He had a good year in 2021. With the Dodgers, he was not good whatsoever. So it looks like he's figured just something out in Pittsburgh, and he's reshaping his career, I guess you can say. But it definitely would be taking a flyer. Is he getting lucky or anything? Does his FIP say anything different this year with Pittsburgh? His FIP still isn't bad, 2.39. So that's still a good FIP to have. 2.44 FIP last year. It was basically identical to his ERA with Pittsburgh. So it definitely would be. It 100%. I'm not trying to complain. These two guys would 100% be upgrades to the bullpen. 100% be upgrades to the bullpen. 100%. You add that with the way Orion Kerkering has been pitching, and maybe it takes some pressure off of Matt Strahm as well. Now you have maybe 3 reliable arms, 3.5 reliable arms in the bullpen. It's definitely a change of pace. It definitely is a major change of pace. I apologize. I'm getting some text messages on my phone. Just trying to see what they say. Nothing there. So yeah, these guys would 100% be upgrades to the bullpen. Let's see, what else is there? Don't think there's anything else. No, there's nothing else from today's game. No, nothing else. But those guys definitely would be interesting trade candidates. And I'm not sure what you would have to give up to Pittsburgh for that. Hopefully Pittsburgh is just very dumb and you can, quote-unquote, fleece them in a trade. Maybe. I'm not sure what it would take to get those 2 bullpen arms. Like I said, both of those guys he had is from Philly Central. They had, I think it wasn't Philly Central. Somebody else said that they have each 2 years of control left on their contract. So you definitely would have to give up something. I'm not sure if it would be anything major, but you would have to see. So I guess it is something to monitor. But it is coming from a Pittsburgh insider, so they would probably have more information than any Phillies insider. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see where that tracks. Let's see. What is there? What is this? What is this? So yeah, it's just something to monitor. Just something to monitor. So, yeah. Don't have much in the anytime hotline. We do have a text from Steven, actually. He says, really good win. Wheeler should start the All-Star game. Who knows? We'll see where that goes. And, where does Zack Wheeler rank in the starting pitching ERA, actually? I want to see where his ERA ranks right now. I know it's not the top in Major League Baseball. I know that. But I would like to see. I would like to see player pitching from ESPN. Who has the best ERA in baseball? Okay, obviously Hunter Brown. That's in the American League. Let's do the National League. Who has the best ERA in the National League? It is Zack Wheeler. No, it's Paul Skeens. It's Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens with a 2.12 ERA. Wheeler second best ERA, 2.46, but that 100% is lowered after today, right? No, it's right where it is. Paul Skeens has 106 innings. Zack Wheeler has 99 innings. It looks like Logan Webb is the third best, tied with Chris Sale. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is fifth. Matthew Boyd is sixth. Robbie Ray is seventh. Christopher Sanchez. I guess it's not ranking Ranger Suarez in this. I guess it's not ranking him. So that's definitely weird. But yeah. Zack Wheeler up there among the best. As usual. Now there's a freaking gnat in my face. God damn. But yeah. Good stuff there. Good stuff. But yeah, let's get you guys in the chat, then we can end it off. 9:45. This game really flew by. But that's what happens when Zack Wheeler dominates and your offense really doesn't do much. But yeah. What do you got here? Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Yo, how you doing, man? I guess you're referring to Jackson Merrill Julian as that's the kind of center fielder the Phillies need. I would love a Jackson Merrill, but yeah, he's locked up with the Padres long term. Clintack signing, I remember. I think Clintack was better than Dave Dombrowski. Oof. That feels bad. Yeah, Clintack did sign Wheeler. I think yeah, Clintack was still with the Phillies in 2020. So yeah, he definitely was the one that signed Wheeler. And think about how many games the Phillies didn't score or bullpen blew games for him. Yeah, that definitely sounds like it is. I don't think a Cy Young goes by wins anymore, Julian. I just think it doesn't. And remember when what was it? Jacob deGrom. He had like only 8 wins or something like that, 9 wins or something like that. When like 2019, 2018 with the Mets, but he was just that flat out dominant that he would win it. Maybe they do factor the Pittsburgh, but I just do think there's a lot of Paul Skeens bias, and it's not say that's a bad thing. Paul Skeens is just that great, but I don't. Maybe they factor wins. I don't think that's gonna be the main stat. I just don't see that happening. Phillies need to honestly get a center fielder, put Marsh in left, trade Bohm, put Kemp at third. Bohm, you get back a bullpen guys or a center fielder. Maybe. Wonder what is going on with Crawford. I don't know. I doubt they're calling him up right now. Maybe that's something they wait for after the All-Star break. I'm not sure. Would they call him up just with like, I don't know. Kemp should be sent down. When will he play? Like never. It sounds like he's most likely going to platoon in left field. That's what it sounds like right now. Kyle Schwarber in left field and Bryce Harper DH. I'm sure you'll see that at some points. Most likely. Surprised. Yep, Philadelphia is getting a WNBA team. 2030. What is it like? Yeah, I think the was like 2028 they're getting in Cleveland. 2029 it's in Detroit. And then 2030 is in Philadelphia they're expanding to. Sucks that Josh Harris owns the team, sadly. So that sucks. But it's cool seeing another team come to Philadelphia. I think eventually a PWHL team will come too. So we'll see when that happens. 2030 just happens to be when the new arena in South Philly is supposed to be open by. Or they hope to be open by. 2030, the world could be over by that point. I would trade Walker, Romano, Ross Kepler for Bednar and Santana. If only that would be the case. Now, that would be a great deal from the Philly standpoint, getting all those bad players off the team. Is Pittsburgh that dumb enough to take those players? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think they're that stupid. But they are Pittsburgh. They are a very poorly ran franchise, so who knows? But that'll do it for tonight, everybody. Good. It's a great performance from Zack Wheeler. That's really the only thing I take from today. And the worry is still about Bryce Harper. So, yeah. tomorrow will definitely be interesting. NHL free agency starts, and granted, there has been so many extensions, signings already that happened to be announced, like a lot of players just extending with their own teams. The big Mitch Marner trade, freaking Florida retaining all of Ekblad Bennett and Brad Marchand. That was fucking insane. Yeah, basically a lot of the people that were expected to be free agents are already coming off the books right now because they're signing last minute. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. If the Flyers do something over the course of the next few days, we'll have something updated here. But probably not going to do any type of live stream for free agency. It's just so much shit happened. It's probably going to ruin everything from free agency, so we'll see. That's right, Julian. McDavid the Flyers in 26. That's right. But yeah, that'll do it for tonight, everybody. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Also use the code TTPSports, $20 off your first purchase.